So we have Mudita. Good evening, Mudita from Bangkok.
Good evening, ค่ะท่านพระอาจารย์ Today I would like to ask about giving food to the monks. I would like to know how long can the monks keep the food, and is it possible if I can give dried food to the monk like coffee, tea, chocolate?
Monks can keep food according to the classification. If they are fresh food, like cooked food, they can only keep it until noon.
Right.
But only after they finish. If they eat one meal a day, then after they finish eating their meal, then they have to give it away. They cannot keep it for the next day. Like cooked food,
Right.
like pizza, fried rice, or anything like that. You have to give it away once you finish eating.
Okay.
But there are food things that monk can use that they can keep longer than the first classification. This one is classified as medicinal,
Right.
having to do with medicine. And you can be surprised that some of them, like coffee and tea, actually is considered medicine in this classification. But actually medicine, coffee and tea are in the third category.
Right.
The second category are things that have sugar, things like sugar, honey. So anything that would contain sugar, like soft drinks, this amount, once he receive it, can keep it for 7 days.
7 days only.
Yeah, and he can.
Oh, okay.
He can drink these things anytime.
Okay.
All day long, 24 hours.
Right.
And he drinks with sugar, like soft drinks.
Right.
Soft
Okay.
drinks. And also, if you have, let's go to the third one, the third category. These are things that doesn't contain sugar or anything like that, like tea, coffee, or any other herbal medicine.
Right.
They can be kept forever.
Okay.
No lifespan. They are considered to be medicine.
Okay.
And this includes the real medicine, like medicine for headache, medicine for stomach ache. All these things, once the monk receives, he can keep it for as long as he wants to.
Oh, I see.
But there's a way of going around this rule. As long as the monk doesn't receive it themselves, someone receive it for them, then they can be kept for as long as it can be kept, and the monk can ask for the things to the person who kept the food for the monks.
Right.
Then he can then present it to the monk, and the monk can just take it, and then as soon as the monk receive it himself, then the time limit will come into play. But as long as the monk don't receive it himself, then the time limit doesn't come into play yet. Okay.
So I should give to the lay person who looks after the monks or look after the temple.
Yes. Some forest monastery, when you go there, they have places where you can just leave them. You don't have to present it to the monk. And so it's understood so that the monk can then, because sometimes lay people don't know what's the classification are.
All right.
So they just leave it because they know that the monk cannot consume them all that day. So instead of presenting it to the monk, they just leave it in a certain designated area.
Right.
And then the monk can ask the lay person who stay in the monastery to keep it, to store it, and when the monks need them, then the person can present it to the monks.
โอเคค่ะ and ท่านพระอาจารย์ค่ะ I like to go to a temple in Bangkok. It's called Wat Yannasangwararam, and usually there will be a monk who will receive Sankhadana. So I was wondering, when we give things or food to the monk as Sankhadana, so would that be okay for the monks to keep food more than 7 days if it's not medicine?
Well, like I say, as soon as the monk receive it,
okay.
Then the time limit start to count right away.
I see.
But
So
if he tells you just to place it in front of him and he doesn't touch it, then the time limit doesn't start. See? But as soon as he touch it, receive it from you, then it's automatically the time limit start.
Okay. So the monks can be there as long as he doesn't touch the food I give him. It's okay.
That's right. But nowadays, lay people don't understand the rules of the monk, and they insisted on monks receiving them with their hands. So nowadays, we monks sometimes receive them, but considered to be a ritual receiving.
Okay. So it's okay.
Yeah, and then not counting the time limit.
Right. I see.
And then give it to the luksit to keep. And then when he really actually wants to use it, then he will then ask the layman to offer it to him.
I see.
So now this is something of a, adaptation to the rules.
I see.
Due to the misunderstanding of the lay people.
Okay.
And people feel that if the monk doesn't touch the things that they present, they're not getting the merit that they're supposed to get. So the monk is compelled to actually receive it with their hands.
Right.
But according to the true rules, once you touch it, that means you're already in possession of that stuff, and the time limit start counting right away.
Okay.
But we sort of kind of make what you call
adjustment.
Adjustment. That this is just a ritual receiving.
Okay.
Just for the sake of the lay people who doesn't understand the rule of the monk.
Right.
But the monk, then after you receive it, then you don't. If you want to really use it, then you ask the lay person to offer it to you again.
Right.
And then you can keep the things that you don't use for a longer period of time.
Right. Okay. That's very useful. The reason I asked, because I read I think it's your autobiography that you say Luang Ta Mahabua let the monks to eat chocolate if they are doing fasting.
Well, chocolate is considered to be medicine. It is cocoa, see.
Right.
But since it's mixed with sugar. Once you receive the chocolate, you can only keep it for 7 days.
Okay.
But it has to be dark chocolate. If it is milk chocolate, it's not possible.
Right.
Because milk is considered to be food.
Okay. I see. Yeah.
So if you receive milk chocolate, you have to eat it before noon.
Okay. I will remember that.
And after noon, the monk cannot eat milk chocolate anymore.
I see.
Or chocolate with other stuff in it, like nuts.
Right.
It has to be pure dark chocolate.
Okay.
Then a monk can receive it and eat it any time of the day and can keep it for 7 days.
Right. Okay.
So this is something quite difficult to explain.
Right.
You have to be in the monastery to really appreciate, understand it. But otherwise, we just play along with the people who give, people who want you to receive it by hand, so you accept it by hand.
Okay. So I now I understand now.
Like money, people sometimes put some
Right.
money in envelope
Mhm.
and they don't want to give it to the lay person.
Right.
They want to give it to the monks.
Mhm.
So I let them put it on my bowl cover. Yeah.
Oh,
And then the lay person will pick it up later and keep it for me.
or sometimes I see at your temple, your monastery, you will have I'm not sure what you call in English, but in Thai it's called by Parawana.
Oh, that's a notice
right.
to let the monk know who donate this certain amount of money.
Right.
It's like a check,
Mhm.
for the monk to this the monk can touch by hand, but not
Right.
the real money.
Right.
The real
Okay.
money has to be placed separately, and then later be kept by a lay person.
Okay. I understand now ค่ะท่านพระอาจารย์
Okay.
โอเคค่ะ Thank you so much ค่ะ
All right.
for your teaching very good.
All right. Okay. Let me go to Ka Phai Lim from Malaysia.
Good day to you, Ajahn. Today I have questions as
Yes.
regard to a practice of meditation in different places. It has been a year that I get used to practice meditation at home, within a room, comfortably, can get into a calmness. So I'm thinking, does it really matter if I want to keep it that way, or like, because I remember that once you have said that as long as we keep the mindfulness and go to a quiet places, we can actually practically practice anywhere. Is it true that because I plan to go to more different places to practice?
Well, as far as samadhi is concerned, if you can enter into jhana at home, then you don't need to change. But
Okay.
if you want to go up the next level of wisdom or vipassana, then you might need to change the location.
Yes.
Because you want to expose yourself to danger.
Yeah.
To prove that you have actually let go of your attachment to the body, for instance.
Okay.
So if you live
Right.
at home where it's safe, then there's nothing to instill any fear in you.
Yeah.
So you might be misled to think that you have no fear of death.
Yes. Yes.
So you might have to be exposed to somewhere where you might feel threatened. Your life might feel threatened.
Yeah.
And then you can look at your mind and see how your mind react to such circumstance.
Yes.
Whether it is fearful or not of death.
Yeah, right.
So
Exactly.
with vipassana, you will have to go to just to prove to yourself that you have actually let go of your attachment to your body.
Right.
That death doesn't mean anything to you. Let's put it that way.
Right.
Because you see with wisdom that the body is not you and the body has to die.
Yeah.
But since you know that it's not you, there is no point of being afraid of it dying, for instance. But if you live in a safe place like at home, you might not know this.
Yeah.
But if you're quite confident that you're even living at home, that you have actually let go of the attachment, then you might not need to change your location. I don't know. This is something you have to
have to explore.
Answer yourself, prove it to yourself.
Correct.
And another thing you want to prove is pain of the body also. Sometimes you have to sit for many hours to let the pain arise and see whether your mind can live with the pain without changing your body position to get rid of your pain.
Okay.
Just to let the pain come and go by itself.
Yes.
Because when you get sick, sometimes you cannot, no matter what you do, you cannot get rid of the pain.
Yeah.
But if you have trained yourself to live with the pain, then when you really get sick, it might not bother you.
Yes.
So this is what you also have to prove to yourself,
All right.
whether you can live with the painful feeling or not.
Correct. Yeah. I'll take note on that. Thank you, Ajahn.
All right.
Sadhu.
Okay, next, Kenneth from Switzerland. Professor, how are you?
Hello, Ajahn. Very well, thank you. I'd like to ask something today in relation to the practice of contemplation of the 32 parts of the body. And I noticed recently in myself increased levels of kind of irritation and anger coming up. I mean, when I'm at home practicing, it's okay because I have no distractions. I'm on my own, but I notice when I have to interact with people, especially in work, more anger feelings coming up. And I wondered if there was a connection when one practices the contemplation of the 32 parts, if that is likely to cause this issue when interacting with people.
I don't think so. I think the problem with anger with people is because you expect something from them. See? And when you don't get what you expect, then you get angry. It's from your expectation. When you deal with people, sometimes you tell them to go left and they go right. Then you can get angry at them, right? Mm. So you have to set up a neutral understanding that you cannot force people to always do what you want them to do for you. You just have to learn to accept them for what they are. If you tell them to go right and they go left, and they say, okay, going left is okay. Accept anything from them. Don't be particular. Don't insist that they have to do this or do that. Or be nice to you, for instance. They can be mean to you sometimes. So this is what you should establish, in your mind, not to expect anything from anybody. Then your interaction with them will be a lot easier.
Okay.
But sometimes we want to accomplish something, so you expect. You cannot help expecting. And when you cannot get what you expect, then you get angry, frustrated. Mm. But if you use wisdom, you say, what can you do? They are anatta. They are like the weather. You cannot force the weather your way. You have to let the weather be accordingly to what they want to be. Same way with people, you can tell them, but if they don't follow what you say, what can you do, right? So I think this is the reason why you get angry or not happy when you're dealing with people. Not because you contemplate on the 32 parts.
Okay.
On the 32 parts is more for the elimination of beauty perception of the body. We tend to forget that the body is filled with disgusting parts. We tend to look at the body just merely the outside part, and we look at them as being good looking. But if you want to overcome this view of looking at people as being good looking, then you have to look inside, look at the other parts of the body. The reason why you want to do this is because when you look at someone good looking, you tend to be attracted to them. And you might even have any sexual desire for them. And when you cannot get them to be your sex partner, you can become lonely or sad or angry. So this is what you use for when you contemplate on the 32 parts of the body. If you like someone and they don't accept your liking, you can be disappointed, you can be sad. But if you look at the 32 parts of the body, then you might say, oh, what am I after anyway? So you can let go of your attraction toward other people's body. If you see the 32 parts, not all the 32 parts, just some parts inside the body, is enough. If you can see the skeleton right now, you can stop your attraction right away. If you see the skeleton underneath the skin, or see the intestines, the heart, the lungs, the liver. Okay, this is what the purpose of contemplating on the 32 parts, to stop your looking at people as being good looking. Nobody is good looking once you see under the skin. If somehow you have an X-ray eyes, you will see everything under the skin, right? So do I answer your question?
Yes, that's very helpful clarification, Ajahn. Thank you.
Okay. Let me go to Gek Yenso next. Gek, do you have any question?
Good evening, Ajahn. No question today.
No question today.
Yes.
Okay. Then let me go to Forrest Tom from Massachusetts, Boston.
Hi, Ajahn. I've kind of been trying to contemplate death more often, and I'm just kind of find it very strange because everyone that I'm talking to and everyone that I see is alive, but then logically, I know that there must be many more dead people. So I don't know, I'm just finding that very strange.
For every living people, there's a dead person behind that living person. When you look at me, you should think that one day I'll become a corpse.
Mm-hmm.
Or when you look at yourself in the mirror and say, one day this body will turn into a corpse.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good reminder so that you don't become lost in delusion of thinking that you'll live forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely have that. And I think also the people around me, they also think that they'll live forever, I think.
In this way, you can let go of your attachment toward the body, your own body or others' body, because you know one day this body will turn into a corpse, whether you like it or not.
Ajahn, I lost your video. We can still hear you, but there's no video.
Ajahn, we lost your video.
Okay, I think I might have to come back again.
Okay.
Sorry. Something, you can hear me, right?
Right,
Yes.
right. We can
But
hear
something wrong with the video. Let me turn on the
Okay.
video again, see you come back. Okay.
Okay, that's back.
All right.
Okay.
Sometimes this application has a little bit quirky things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's it.
So the purpose of contemplating on that is to stop your greed, your desire to possess, to be something or somebody, because in the end you're not going to be anybody. You're going to be a corpse.
Okay.
So it will stop your ambition. You might think this is bad. If you look in the worldly sense, it's bad not to have ambition. But to look in the Dhamma sense, it's good not to have any ambition for the things of this world, because they will eventually cause you to have sadness or stress when you have to lose them, when you have to be separated from them. So you want to live without having any possession at all. Live as a person who's about to die. Then you won't have any stress because you're not going to have much. You just want to have enough to exist. And you won't have any worry of looking after your possession. And you won't have any sadness when you have to leave the world. because you leave nothing behind.
Mm-hmm.
And it stops you from driving yourself mad, going after money, status, and whatever things in this world.
Mm-hmm.
And then it can then give you the time to come and develop more Dhamma, to free yourself from all kinds of ambition. Because ambition is the one that's driving you to take rebirth. You want to be somebody. After you die, you want to come back and be that somebody again.
Mm-hmm.
So contemplation of that is to stop your greed, your ambition. When you become over ambitious, become over greedy, then just say, what you gonna do with all the money that you get today when you die tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
You cannot take anything with you. So why not just live your life comfortably, take life easy, just earn enough to survive.
Mm-hmm.
Then you don't have to push yourself too hard, and then you would have time to go meditate and find the real happiness from meditation.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes things much clearer. Thank you, Thanajan, for explaining.
All right. Next, Lillian from Bangkok, Malaysian living in Bangkok.
Ajahn, I don't have any questions today, just listening in.
Okay. B and Rabin from Bangkok also.
Good evening, Thanajan. I have a question today. It's regarding the fourth precept. So, sometimes in my daily life, sometimes, whether at work or whether at home, sometimes we come across some situations where we might, joke around, say things that aren't really true, or, a situation at work where there's a situation we have to say something, but we can't tell the whole story. I'd like to know, to what extent would this be considered lying, or what would be considered okay in certain situations?
As long as you tell the truth, even half truth is okay. If you don't have the whole truth, but what you say is true, and then it's still considered to be true, not lying. There's a story I think I heard in the Tripitaka. I'm not sure. I didn't read it myself, but I heard that someone came looking for somebody, and they come across the monk who probably see the person that they were looking for. But they asked the monk, "Did you see this man?" So the monk stepped up a couple steps behind and said, "No," because where he stood, he didn't see. So he's not telling lies. But if he remains standing at the same place, that's the place where he saw the person that these are the people are looking after for him. Then he would, if he say no, then he'll be telling lies. But he moved a couple steps away from where he stood. Then he can say no from this position. I don't know whether this is true or not, but this is an example of getting around these fourth precepts. Maybe because you want to help or protect that person. I don't know. Or maybe you don't want to be part of causing that person any harm or injury. So you have to, do some technical maneuvering.
Yes, because I remember Thanajan said that, right speech is not just about telling the truth, but saying it at a reasonable time, not just, if we say it causes harm, then
when what you say might cause harm and danger, maybe it's better not to say it if you. And sometimes telling lies to save life can also be used. There's another story about a farmer, actually a woman farmer, and she had a young daughter who accompanied her to go catfish in the the swamp. This kind of fish is eel. They're catching eel, but somehow the daughter who followed the mother caught a snake instead of an eel. And when the mother saw that, she told the daughter, hold on to this eel, it's very good. Don't let it go, get out of your hand. And so that she can then come and help her take the snake away from her hand. She doesn't want to get the girl excited, and then that might let go of the snake and might be bitten by the snake. So she told the daughter, oh, this is the good eel, hold on to it real tight. Instead of getting excited and say, oh, you're holding a snake, this must cause the girl to become fearful and let go of the snake, and that might be bitten by the snake. So these are the stories that we use to show how we can maneuver around this fourth precept. But basically, under normal circumstances, better not to lie, even for whatever reason. If you cannot tell the truth, just keep quiet. No one can force you to say anything if you don't want to say anything.
Okay, yes. So being silent is okay.
Yeah,
Not saying it.
When you're silent, you're not saying any lie, right?
No.
Talk about the weather. Talk about whatever going on in the world right now, the COVID situation or whatever. Just get away from the question if you want to maneuver your conversation. And if they keep insisting, asking the same question, you just don't have to say anything. They might know that, what the answer is already by doing this, but at least you're not lying. And it's still not 100% sure whether this is what it is or not. All right?
Yes, so it's mainly due to the intention. If we have good intention, then usually it should be okay.
Yeah, if it's for protecting lives, saving lives, but then I'm not sure, because under different circumstances, it might be different. So I don't want to generalize. But it's still better. It's better to stick to the precept if you can. Let's put it that way.
Okay. The fourth precept also extends to slandering and idle chatter as well, or is that just the minor points of the precept?
Those are other. They're not. See, this fourth precept only deal with just lying. The other three that are part of false speech it's not in the precepts. They are in the what you call akusala Dhamma, which doesn't fall within the precept. It's more for those who want to aim at a higher level of right speech. The right speech contains four types of speech: falsehood, lying, talking, chattering, idle chatting, and what you call slandering, or saying bad words, use foul language, or talking nonsense. These are speeches you want to avoid. But with the precept, it's just about dealing with just lying. Whether it's the 5 precept or the 8 precept, this 4th precept is only deal with the lying, not about idle chattering or slandering, using foul language.
Okay, I see. Because sometimes I tend to talk nonsense. I tend to joke around sometimes, and I was thinking, oh, is that okay? To relax myself.
Yeah, if you keep the 5 precept, it's still okay. But if once you become a monk, you want to aim higher than the 5 or the 8 precept. when becoming a monk, then this other three types of speeches should be avoided also.
Okay, that's very clear, Thanajan. Thank you very much.
Okay. Next, Alvin Lee, your turn from Malaysia.
Ajahn, I've got a question, not related to meditation, or more on the protection. On this King Vesavana, talking about this Attanatiya Sutta Parita. I just want to know how often. It is basically a thing I read that is for, is prescribed. I think King Vesavana told Buddha during that time that, if there's evil spirit that disturb the monks during meditation, just chant this Attanatiya Parita. I'm just wondering how does monks that go to the forest actually use this Parita? Or can
my interpretation on this thing is that the ghost is in the mind of the monks, because his mind start to create all these images and start to seeing ghosts, but actually there is no real ghost there, and so by chanting will calm the mind and stop creating these images. Once the mind becomes calm, then the ghost will seem to disappear from the mind. So I think it's just a ploy for this is a way to deal with a restless or agitated mind, to stop them, to make the mind to become calm. Once the mind becomes calm, it stops creating these images, this vision of ghost. This is my interpretation, and it can be chant. You can use any type, any chant. Doesn't have to be a particular one.
Right.
Oh, I think a branch of tree fall down on my canopy. Yeah. Can you hear the noise just now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, but never mind. Doesn't matter. We'll find out later on. So does this answer your question? Try to go stay in a cemetery, then you start seeing ghosts coming out, and then you start chanting. And when you chant until your mind becomes calm, then you find that the ghost will disappear.
Okay. Okay, understood.
Okay.
It's all mind-made, right?
Yeah, mind-made. Real ghosts, they don't come. In order to contact real ghosts, you have to enter into Upachara Samadhi.
Right.
Like the Buddha, when he met the Devas, these are ghosts. They have no body. They are spiritual beings. The Buddha taught the Devas, he has to enter into Upachara Samadhi. But for those who hasn't yet any Samadhi, when they go to a cemetery, they might start creating all sort of ghosts to come and scare them. Self-inflicted ghosts, let's put it that way. Self-created ghost.
Okay.
Not real ghost.
Not real.
Real ghost, you have to have a real strong mind in the level of Appana and Upachara Samadhi,
Right.
to be able to contact the spiritual beings. These are the real ghosts. And real ghosts don't have time to come and fool around with you anyway. They don't want to waste their time coming and scare you for no profit, no benefit at all.
Thanks, Doctor.
All right?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, next, Philip and Adeline from Malaysia.
I have no questions tonight.
No question tonight.
There's no question tonight.
Okay, then let me go to Benz and Chris. Benz and Chris, where are you from? Is this your first time here?
Hello, Ajahn. Yes. First time for me, yes.
From where are you from?
Malaysia.
From Malaysia. Okay.
Ajahn, do you still remember me?
Maybe not, because you're putting your glasses on.
No, I'm shake my head.
Oh, you shave your head.
Yeah.
Ben sure?
Yeah, Ben sure.
Okay.
from
And,
Malaysia.
and you sit quite far away from the screen, not like when before.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Okay, okay.
How are you, Tanajan? Everything
Okay.
okay?
Yes.
I'm now staying in the monastery and 22 days already take a precept. We're still ongoing.
How many days have you stayed already?
22 days.
22 days.
Yeah.
But you were here last week, weren't you? Different bands. I think there's another band. Last name Chua, C-H-U-A.
Yes, UA.
That's you? I don't recognize you.
Last week?
Yeah, were you here last week in Zoom meeting?
No. I didn't attend the Zoom meeting last week.
Okay. Anyway, is there any question you want to ask?
No any question today. Just to say hi with Panajan so long time ago.
I see. Are you from Malaysia or from Indonesia?
From Malaysia.
Malaysia.
Yeah. My side here is quite good practice, and everything is quite good here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me go to the next person then, okay?
Okay.
All right. Kirian Dong from London. Kirian.
Hello, Tanajan. I'm good. I don't have questions today.
Okay. Then let me go to Evi. Evi from Indonesia.
Hello, Ajahn. Can you hear me?
Not as loud. Can you speak louder?
Hello, Ajahn. Can you hear me now?
Not loud enough yet. Can you speak louder?
Is that clear now?
Okay, better.
Okay. Ajahn, I have a question today. When I'm coming down in the meditation, my feet started hurt, and the awareness of being aware that the pain had come, and the consciousness went up one level up, like climbing a ladder, one level and looking down. Seeing the pain, like a person standing on top looking down, the pain immediately decreased by half. When I go down one level down, the pain is as before. Then I go up again, the pain is only half. To go all away, I think I have to go up one level again, but I cannot yet. Is all this happening is right?
I'm not sure what do you mean by going up one level.
Just like up, one level up.
I don't know. I've never experienced anything like that before. So if you can remain calm and peaceful and not disturbed by the pain, then it's okay.
When I go up one level, the pain is decreased half. And I just see the pain. You is you, me is me. Just like that, Ajahn.
See, the goal is to learn to live with the pain, not to be disturbed by the pain.
Yeah,
not to be affected by the pain.
Yeah, I just look at the pain.
Just merely knowing.
Oh, I just look at down. You is you, me is me, and we, like a spirit, like spirit. Is that correct, Ajahn?
I don't know. I cannot tell you that. I cannot say that if your mind remain calm and not reacting, then it's correct.
Okay. And Ajahn, can you explain to me what is the vegetarian side of Theravada? Because Theravada teaches is metta, like loving kindness, but the vegetarian is say not eating meat is loving kindness. Because in my case, if I eat meat, I cannot meditate anymore. The mind cannot even last for 10 seconds. If I don't eat meat, I can meditate for 2 or 3 hours. So this is very different, very significant. So I left the meat, but I have my own opinion that the flesh of the dead animal with our stomach is only earth element, flesh meat flesh. Is that correct, Ajahn?
No, eating anything, any food shouldn't really influence your meditation practice, except if you only eat too much, and then can make you become drowsy and sleepy. But if you just eat moderately, it doesn't matter what you eat, fish, meat, or vegetable. It doesn't have any effect on your meditation.
So, what's the in Theravada side? Vegetarian is what, Ajahn?
In Theravada, we are allowed to eat meat, but we are not allowed to kill them. If somebody already bought some meat from the market and then cook it and give it to us, we can eat the meat. But we cannot go kill the animal ourselves to get the meat to eat. So you can eat meat, but you cannot kill.
Okay. And I have a question again. When I meditate, I start to calm down. I became more and more quiet. I was more and more alone. And it happens that all my flesh was unraveling, leaving only the wet bones. And the wet also went down, leaving only the dry bones. The throat bones were very clear here. Then the bones get wet again, come back, my flesh come back again. I am whole again and sitting here. This incident is quite fast, maybe only takes 10 seconds. And for this all, I understand that this body is not valuable. So where is the arrogance? Where is the pride? Is there in this body? No. Then who keep this arrogance and pride? Is the heart. Is that correct, Ajahn?
Well, this is not meditation. This is contemplation. If you meditate, you want to calm your mind, to stop contemplating, to stop thinking. So it's what you have to decide what you want when you meditate. If you want to calm.
But when the bones and the flesh are unraveling, it happens by itself.
That's because you don't have mindfulness. You don't have mindfulness to focus on your meditation objects. So you cannot succeed in meditation for calm. Your mind will never enter into jhana this way.
Ajahn, what is the mind is the same? Is the mind, heart, soul, chitta is the same?
Yes, it's the same thing. It refers to the non-physical part of us. We have two parts, physical and non-physical.
Soul is.
It's just a different language people use to define this non-physical part. Some call spirit, some call soul, some call mind, some call heart, some call chitta. These are all the same thing. We're referring to the same thing, the non-physical part. The one who thinks, the one who feels, the one who knows. This is what it is. Under different names.
Ajahn, I have been practicing Buddha for 6 days since last Tuesday. After I finished responding the outside things, I turned back to Buddha again. I didn't dare to leave any trace of the outer things I respond to earlier because it would be my dream or nimitta. And I feel my mind now is very sensitive. What I am thinking will turn into my dream or nimitta, so I don't dare give it too long to keep it. But that doesn't mean I forget. For example, when I have the question about being vegetarian, this becomes a nimitta in my meditation. Like this, I was sure I was sati, but nimitta appears in a butcher appeared me a bowl of red meat and said, this meat is very good. So I asking myself, how can the red meat call delicious? and my alarm went beep it, beep it, beep it. So I opened my eyes and realized that my mind is sensitive, like a child playing during the day, at the night dreaming. And this only happened in the past few months, like not before. Why it can be happen, Ajahn?
You have no mindfulness. That's the whole point. You let your mind creating all these things. If you have mindfulness, then they will not be able to create all these things.
So the good meditation is nothing happen.
Well, the point is to stop the mind from creating any images or any visions or any phenomena. You want to make the mind empty, blank, emptiness.
Okay, Ajahn, I will try until the emptiness.
Just keep reciting Bhutto, 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 that's all. And if anything comes up, don't pay attention. Keep focusing on your Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. It's simple, so simple, but you don't do it. You might do Bhutto for a few seconds and then you stop, and then you start thinking about this and that again.
After we respond to another things outside, we should go back to Bhutto, 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 and don't think again, don't think all.
That's right.
Just
right? Stay with Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Don't go away from Bhutto.
Okay, Ajahn.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next, Alfredo from Brazil. No question.
Okay. Oh, my practice is okay. I have meditation. The other peoples, the light peoples, not thinking with us in Buddhism. Né? They have dreams. They get money. They get a lot of wishes. Né? We have that do a preoccupation with other peoples or lie other peoples. How how we take care of other peoples if no fighting him theirs.
How do you help other people without fighting them?
Yes, no fighting him. Take care of other peoples and no hurt him. Né? With talking that dream is delusion. We've talk Buddhist terms, teachings Buddhism, other like peoples. I think is a little danger. Teach Buddhism to other peoples because they don't understand.
You only teach to people who understand, people who wants to learn. You don't go teach people who don't understand, who don't want to learn. Like I only teach people who come into this meeting here. I don't go to other places to go teach other people. I don't go to the bank to teach the people in the bank to meditate. I don't go to the supermarket to tell people in the supermarket to meditate. They don't understand. They don't want to. They want to make money. Only people like you who wants to come and learn how to meditate, then I teach you. So you have to know who your students are. You just don't go teach blindly to everybody that you come across. Oh, you should meditate. You should meditate. It's good for you. And they'll think you are crazy, yeah? Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, next. Rusli or Rusli? You next. Where are you from? Malaysia?
Good evening, Ajahn. I'm from Indonesia.
Indonesia.
No question, Ajahn.
No question.
Nice to see you. Thank you very much, Ajahn.
Okay. Then go to Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajahn. No question from me too.
Okay. Next, Sambo or Samho Tumo from Indonesia. Is that right?
Wrong, Ajahn. I live in Melbourne.
Melbourne, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right, Ajahn. Okay,
But
that's
your name sounds like Indonesian.
sure. Yeah, there's a connection with Indonesia, but I live in Melbourne. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, fine. That's okay.
Thank you,
Any
Ajahn.
questions?
I want to ask, two questions, Ajahn.
Go ahead.
The first one is actually, I've been told by other people, including monks, every time, particularly from Myanmar, from a monk from Myanmar. This is particularly after I do good deeds, like doing dana or doing everything, and when I offer something, and then they actually assist me talking about like idame punyam nibbanasa pacayo hotu. So I believe that the meaning is actually with these good deeds, I hope that I can attain nibbana. I'm just thinking, well, I'm not like an expert or something, but sometimes I got some, so we wish something for nibbana. From my understanding, we let go if we want to get the nibbana. So this I'm confused again. Can you clarify my confusion? So, but of course, definitely I want to get the nibbana, which is everlasting happiness. But some other teachings said actually nibbana is only attainable by letting go, let go. So how to, bridge this confusion, my confusion again. So that's my question.
Okay. The path to Nibbana consists of 3 steps of practice: Dana, Sila, and Bhavana. See? Yeah. So when you first start, you usually have to practice Dana. Why? Because you have so much possession, more than you need. So you want to let go of your attachment to your possession first, in order to free yourself to have the time to go practice keeping the Sila and meditate. So that's the purpose of charity, of giving away your possession. Like the Buddha, he gave up his princely life. That's dana. That's real dana. See? But what we do, we give a portion of our possession. This is only a beginning. Eventually, the goal is to give up everything, all our possession, so that we can then be free to go and meditate and to become a monk. Okay, that's what dana is about. Yeah. But you cannot do it right away, so you do it slowly by stages. You might first give 10% of your wealth, and then if you feel good, you give 20% next time, and 40%, so forth, until eventually you feel you can give all, then you can go and become a monk.
Yeah, so that's an attitude after giving dana, or the attitude when we're giving dana. But the
That's
question
right.
is actually, we wish something like not wishing other thing, like wish, from this dana may I attain nibbana. Is that the correct one or not the correct one, Ajahn?
Well, it's part of the path toward the nibbana. See? If you don't get possession, then you cling to your possession. Then you keep on working for more possession, protecting your possession. So you won't have time to go and meditate. But it in itself alone cannot get you to nibbana.
My question, sure. My question is actually wishing for nibbana after giving dana. Is that appropriate action or not, Ajahn?
No, it's just ritual. It's just to make you feel good. That's all.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
It doesn't contribute to any practical result.
Right. Okay. So the most important is the process of giving.
The action itself. That counts. Like all the monk chant for you when you give money or donation, just to make you feel good. That's all.
Okay, sure.
Because sometimes people feel that they're not getting anything back, so you have to chant. So it makes them feel they're getting something back from the charity.
Right.
But they actually already get it but the act itself gives them something that they cannot feel, they don't know. And they have letting go of their attachment to their possession.
Right. Understand, Ajahn. Thank you very much. Now,
Okay.
my second question is actually in regard of some other. Actually, I read that from the book. Says actually to mention practice, particularly in this age, with Dhamma is declining. In this age, Dhamma is declining. So as compared to the previous, when the Buddha still, you know, alive. So this particular age, so strive to practice in order to get rebirth in gods or Devata world. So because once you attain that rebirth there, you can continue practice meditation, because the Devata has more superiority in terms of this intelligence and everything. So you can attain Nibbana very quickly. So that's, I really remember that sentences. What do you think about that, Nibbana? Should we actually wish to be rebirth in a Devata world in order to get quicker liberation or attain Nibbana?
No, this is delusional. You don't have to wait to become a deva. You can become enlightened in this lifetime if you just keep on practicing. The point is, people don't know how to practice properly, and they're not getting results. So they find excuse not to practice, and find excuse that it's better for them to be a devata than being a human being. But the fact is there are more human beings became enlightened than there are devatas.
Okay. Yeah.
Look at all the noble disciples. Are they devatas or are they human? Were they human? They were all human. From the first noble disciple down to the present generation, they're all humans. You hardly hear any devata becoming a noble disciple. So this is just the work of the defilement. We want to distract you from doing the work right now, and like kicking the bucket down the road, just keep kicking the bucket down the road. Oh, I'll become a devata. When you become a devata, say, I'll become a Brahma, so forth. Right. So you never get there.
Yeah.
By the time you become a devata, you might not have contact with the noble disciple or the Buddha. So who's gonna teach you? You cannot go there by yourself.
The idea is actually, Ajahn, people preparing in here, so you get some understanding of the Dhamma here. So when you die and then you born in the Devata world, you just continue practice because of you got a superiority, because you don't.
No, you don't get superiority. You remain the same as you are.
Yeah, thank you.
You don't change because you become a devata.
Right. Okay.
You just still you have the same level of ability. You don't change. You don't increase your ability by becoming a devata.
I see. Yeah. I agree. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. All right.
One more last question, Ajahn.
All right.
About noble disciples. So we have a Theravada with this, like you ordained and in a Theravada pathway. Now, as a lay people, for myself, as a lay people, so we respect that. So, like we Theravada believe that actually the teaching passed down by the Buddha himself and then up to now. But how we actually behave to another sects like a Mahayana? They have a different robes color, but they also observe sila. They also observe precepts. But how we behave, like should we behave the same like a Theravada teacher, or should we behave differently? When we talk about these other non-Theravada masters like Vajrayana, even in Samrajayana, and then also Mahayana. So that's my question. Even in a Japanese, they have a, I forget the name. What is the Japanese style? So how we behave? Do we treat them like some monk, like we treat like some Theravada, or differently?
Well, you have to ask them how they want you to treat them.
Okay, but sometimes in a community we have to if they don't say how we treat, but should we also treat, because lay people towards monks, so there's a certain way.
You just follow the tradition that people observe. How other people treat them, you follow the way they treat them. If you have to deal with them, and if you find that you don't like it, then you don't have to go have any dealing with them. See?
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think that's my question, Ajahn. Thank you.
But if you have to somehow come into contact with them, then you try to follow the custom, the tradition that people used to deal with them. See? But if you don't have to come into contact with them, then you don't have to worry about how to deal with them.
So my question is actually, what they are doing, are they the violation of the Vinaya from Siddhartha Gautama?
Well, you have to go study the Vinaya and observe for yourself whether they follow this Vinaya or not. There are 227 rules in the Vinaya. I don't want to make any comment about other people because I can be whatever you say to something, you might come back and bite you later on.
Yeah, understand.
Okay. So it's bad enough to be critical of other people. I'd rather be critical of myself.
Okay.
Because then I can receive the benefit. But if I try to criticize somebody else, they might not appreciate it, and they might come back and criticize you.
Yeah.
So if you don't criticize them, they don't criticize you. So I think don't worry too much about other people. Worry about yourself. Look at yourself, whether you are doing it correctly or not. Are you following the Noble Eightfold Path or not? Don't worry about other people. If they don't follow correctly, that's their business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn.
All right. Next, Sui and Czech from Vancouver, Canada. Who's gonna speak first?
I don't have a question. I just want to pass on a message from Claudia Soiner. She messaged me yesterday. She asked for excuse from you today, and she will come back next week. Okay,
no problem. This is a free class. You can come or go anytime you like. I don't take attendance.
She just wants to be respectful and ask me to.
No, not attending doesn't mean not being respectful. Yeah.
Right.
When you cannot come, you cannot come. That's about it. Yeah.
Right.
Unless you hate me and you don't want to come, that's another matter. But then again, it doesn't matter with me either, whether you like me or not.
Not at all. I think I'm just purely the messenger. I don't want to get the wrong message.
Just tell her that I don't expect anything from her. Okay, so she can do anything and it won't bother me either way.
Listening, so.
Really, I don't expect anything from anybody. That's why it makes me happy all the time. See?
I'm just the messenger. I don't want to.
Because as soon as you expect something and when you don't get it, then you become sad.
Right.
If you don't want to become sad, don't expect anything. Okay, then you will always be happy.
Okay.
This is teaching. This is teaching. This is the truth also from experience. Every time I expect something, I get agitated, I get restless, I get worried, whether I'll get it or not. And if I don't get it, I become sad, disappointed. And if I get it, I become happy just briefly. Then I expect something else. A new expectation will come after.
Yeah.
and then you fall in the same vicious cycle of expecting, hoping, and disappointment when you don't get it. If you get it, then you get more expectation again. So stop expecting anything. Expect the truth. If you want to expect anything, expect the truth. Aging, sickness, and death. This is something you should expect and be ready for them. If you expect, then you will not be disappointed. You'll be happy when they come. Oh, I'm getting old. I'm very happy. But when you're young, you want to get old, right? When you're a child, when you're young, you want to be like grown up, right? You want to get old. So when you grow up, you become happy.
Not necessarily. Sometimes when you have to start working, you're like, oh. No. I wish lots of people will say, oh, I wish I can go back to childhood and not work. Yeah.
But that's not possible. Right. So you should only expect things that is possible. And aging, sickness, and death is always possible to expect. So try to expect, try to prepare yourself for it. And when they come, then you will be happy and you will not be disappointed. It's like taking the vaccine, expecting to get the vaccine. So you prepare your mind for getting the vaccine. So when you get the vaccine, you don't feel bad. If you not prepare yourself to take the vaccine, when you have to take the vaccine, you might feel very bad. So it's a matter of preparation in Buddhism. Prepare for the worst. Expect the worst. Don't hope for the best, because there's never anything in this world that is best. It's always worse. Because everything is anicca. Sooner or later, everything will fall apart. Right?
Right, Ajahn. But the world is always teaching us that, oh, hope for the best, hope for the best. Like always give us the wrong message.
That's the delusion mantra. The mantra created by the delusion. Not based on fact, not based on truth. Somehow we don't want to look at the truth. The truth is that we are gonna die, right? So no matter how successful we are in life, eventually we will die. And all this success, it doesn't mean anything in the end.
That's very helpful. Like to not get the ambition, to not have ambition, because we're gonna die. So
yeah.
No.
Any question today? No. Sweet.
Yeah, Tan Ajahn, we all know like not to expect, but how come it cannot stick to our mind? Is it?
That's because you don't keep reminding yourself not to expect. You have to do it like a mantra, because all your previous lives you've been chanting the expectation mantra all the time until it becomes second nature to you to always expect something good all the time. You never look at the truth. Once ever in your lifetime, you always look away from the truth. We always look away from aging, sickness, and death.
That's avijja.
Yes, right. Avijja, wrong view.
Ajahn, if we keep reminding ourselves and then it becomes stronger and stronger, will we take this to the next life? Like or if we don't have samadhi, we will forget? Or
I don't know. It depends on. It will go with you, some of it anyway. I don't know how much,
Yeah.
It depends on how much you do it. The more you do it, the more it will stick to you. Like when you recite or when you memorize something, if you keep memorizing all the time, then it stays with you longer, right? If you don't memorize it, after a while, it can disappear.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I think it will stay longer if you do it, not just merely thinking about it. I think the action will reinforce it more than anything else. Do it because when you do it, it becomes a habit.
Yeah. It's like training our mind.
Yeah, maybe training mind is thinking also, but you might have to do it by actually go and see an old person, a sick person, a dead person. I think this will be more reinforce more in the mind by merely just thinking without seeing the actual thing. When you see the actual thing, it has a stronger impact than not seeing the actual thing. So maybe you should go visit old age home, visit old people, see how they live, see how they, see sick people in the hospital, see dead people in a funeral home, for instance. Then this picture will stay in your mind longer than by merely thinking about aging, sickness, and death. Okay?
Okay.
Try it. Try see it. Go see a dead person. It will stay in your mind longer than merely thinking about it now.
Yeah.
Have you seen a corpse yet?
Yeah. Yeah.
How long ago?
Yeah, my friend died like when he was young. So of course I see his corpse and see like how sad for his families and his grandmas, those I can remember. But there's suffering, right? When you see those
You see dukkha, you see anicca.
Yeah, in an accident, killed in an accident, just leaving my house and then went into accident and died instantly. So yeah, see
Anatta, not under your control. Things happen.
Yeah.
Due to circumstances, due to conditions that cause it to happen. So you see anicca, dukkha, anatta when you see a dead person.
Yeah. So we have to keep reminding ourselves.
Not to forget.
Yeah.
Bring it in the in front of your mind all the time. Don't put it in the back burner.
Yeah. That's the bad habit. That's the thing.
Yeah.
We want to put them in the back burner, all the things that we don't like.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
So we forget that we're gonna get old, get sick, or die.
Mhm.
And we get a shock when we look at the mirror and we see the hair turning white or falling apart.
So that's so powerful, the Avijja is.
That's right. They've been influenced your mind for millions of years, millions of lives. So it become habit in our mind to think in terms of vichara.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, Ajahn, I just want to mention to you there's a maybe newcomer raising the hand. Just to let you know.
Sheng Chua, huh?
Yeah. Thank you, Tan.
I'm not sure whether I should go to him first or not anyway, because there are other people waiting before you.
Right. You have other newcomer as well. Yeah.
So
I
may have to come back to you last, because otherwise other people who are waiting might feel unfair for me to pick. So you have to wait, okay, until we finish with all the other people who comes before you first. Okay, next Anuraji from New Zealand.
Oh, good evening, Ajahn.
Almost 2 o'clock for you, 1:20.
Yeah. It's no, it's just past 2. Yeah.
Just past 2 now. Okay.
Yeah.
2:20.
Yeah. Thank you, Ajahn. So thank you for your teaching, Ajahn. Yeah.
You always go to sleep this late out every day, or just
No,
tonight?
just every Tuesday night I try to sleep early, catch up maybe a couple of hours sleep, and then wake up.
I see.
And then go back for another couple of hours. So that should be good enough. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you for teaching, Tangajan. So I don't have any special question. So meditation is okay, up and down, especially on weekdays. It's a challenge with work, but in the weekends been very good. Yeah.
Yeah. The key to your success or your good result is your mindfulness.
Yeah.
So don't forget to train yourself in mindfulness as much as possible.
Yeah.
Stop thinking, reciting a mantra, or keep watching what your body is doing.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Tangajan.
All right.
Okay. So yeah.
Soling from London and her daughter.
Hello, Ajahn. No question, thank you.
No question. Okay. Then is Belinda from Singapore.
Hello, Ajahn. Good to be here. No question for today.
No question either. Okay. When's your next from Singapore also?
Good evening, Ajahn. My question is between knower and doer. And I find that if I stay on the knower stage and it feels like you are doing avoidance when things arises. But is there something, and I feel that I'm more protecting the calm, right? So having said that, is it, in order to not to protect the calm, is it something like, can a person like be in knower and the memories and perception comes out, you send from a knower side, you send a so-called a thought to neutralize it, then you won't be seems like we are protecting our calm, because I think that I'm protecting the calm a bit too much by avoidance. Is it the natural feeling of a knower?
Well, to be a true knower, you just merely know. Know everything that happens and let them come and go. If you know with wisdom, you see there's nothing you need to do. Everything is anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Okay. So there's no, so how can one avoid being too protective of the calm? Because usually I like to crawl back to the calm by recollecting the so-called happy state or the emotional state of the jhana in order to crawl back to that state. So that tends to so-called very attached to that calm, because that's how I climb back to the calmness per se.
Well, it's good to protect your calm because calm gives you happiness. But by protecting your calm and causing you anxiety, then this is wrong. You should protect it without causing you any stress.
The biggest problem I face is avoidance. That means you just avoid the situation and let the situation rest. It seems like not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. Yeah.
If you can avoid, then you avoid. But you cannot avoid. Then you have to do something. Then you have to do something.
Okay. Okay. Maybe have to cultivate more wisdom on that. Let me practice a few more. Thank you.
Yeah. There are things that you should react to, and there are things that you don't have to react to. So you just have to know when to react and when not to react.
Okay. Protecting a calm, is it a natural thing for a new person who are more into awareness?
Well, that's what you want to do. Is that you want to keep your mind calm, because when your mind is calm, you feel good, right?
Yes.
When you are not calm, when you're restless or agitated, you don't feel good.
Right.
So you want to make your mind calm. So there's nothing wrong with that. But it's only become wrong when you try to make it calm, and then by trying to make it calm, it makes your mind become more agitated, and that's the wrong way of doing it.
Okay.
So you have to always come back to the right way, which is mindfulness. If you want to protect your calm, when you start to feel anger or agitated, just keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto once.
Okay. Okay.
You have to know how to calm your mind and use the method. to calm it.
Yep, I'll try that. Thanks, Ajahn.
Okay. Next, Lai Lilani. Lai Lilani. Where are you from?
Ajahn. I'm from Indonesia. This is the first time I'm joining this Zoom.
You're welcome.
Okay, tonight I have no question. Thank you.
All right. And then we go to Billy. Billy, V-I-L-Y. Where are you from?
I'm from Indonesia.
Indonesia. Can I help you with any question?
Yes, I have two questions actually. The first one is when I do my sitting meditation and my mind starts to concentrate on the mantra, sometimes my body starts to move by itself, like doing some weird movement, like a crazy person sometimes, or like doing an exercise, and sometimes even like falling down to the ground. So I try to ignore the movement and keep concentrating on the mantra, but the movement still continue by itself, and yeah, it is quite distracting. So how to deal with that?
It's because you're not being mindful with your mantra. You might be reciting the mantra, but not really actually be with the mantra. You know what I mean? You have to be next to the mantra. Let's put it that way, close to the mantra, not just reciting it and then let your mind go thinking about other thing at the same time.
I see. Although there is no thought in the mind?
Because your body movement is caused by your lack of mindfulness.
Okay.
If you're mindful, like right now, you're talking to me, you're not moving your body, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's because you are mindful. But when you meditate, somehow you want to go into a trance.
Yes, that's the feeling.
That's the problem. You shouldn't let your mind go into a trance. You should keep it awake, like right now. That's the right way of meditation. Some people might have the understanding of meditation is to go into a trance. It's not. It's to still the mind, but at the same time, it still remain wakeful, not sleep. So you might have to readjust your practice. Try to recite the mantra like you're talking to me right now.
Oh.
Be fully awake with the mantra. Okay. Then your body will definitely not be moving. When your body start to move, it means you start to go into a trance.
I see. Right.
So this is not the right practice.
And another question is, sometimes when I recite the mantra, there are these bad words sometimes come out in the mind suddenly, like cursing somebody, although I don't intentionally.
Just ignore them. It means your mind is still not calm enough. It's not under your control yet. So it can come up with anything to distract you. Just don't pay any attention to them. Just keep focusing on your mantra.
And am I doing a bad karma because sometimes like cursing somebody?
No, this is just your old habits, your old bad karma. But you want to use the good karma to resist it by reciting the mantra Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Don't stop the mantra. Keep reciting the mantra, even if your bad thoughts keep coming up. Don't pay attention to them. Just pay attention to your mantra.
Okay, all right.
Then when your mantra becomes stronger, then the bad thought will disappear eventually.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Ajahn.
All right. Next, Joko. Where are you from?
Push the button. Push the
Unmute the microphone.
Thank you for the opportunity, Ajahn. I've come from Indonesia, so I have questions.
Please go ahead. Well, you already gone, disappear from the screen.
He is the last queue. Okay.
Okay.
You can talk.
So I have learned meditation from when I was in high school. I find a lot of benefit during my practice, but there is a situation where I cannot handle myself. It is when I got sick. I try to focus myself, but my mind still worry a lot of things, and then I am fear of many of the things. Usually when I have to take a leave for sick from the office, and then I afraid that my task cannot done well, and then there are a lot of worriness that I cannot handle. Do you have any advice, Ajahn, how to cope with this situation? Because I think even when I'm trying to meditate, I'm still worrying a lot of things.
Well, the way to get rid of worry is you try to do your work as good as possible to the best of your ability. And then if it's not good enough, then be ready to be fired. If you can do this, then you will not have any worry. So your worry arises from the fact that you don't want to be fired. You don't want to quit the job. You don't want to lose the job, right? So you worry. But if it comes to that, what can you do? If they're gonna fire you, what can you do? So if you want to get rid of worry, then just be ready to be fired.
Okay.
But try to do the best. Do your work as best as you can. But if it's not good enough for them and they want to get rid of you, then say, okay, bye-bye. What can you do? Then this way you will have no worry. I guarantee you. This is the way of getting rid of your worry, is to accept the possibility that you might have to be fired.
Yes, Ajahn. I remind that I start worrying very earlier, even when I was still in high school, or I'm afraid when I got sick and then I cannot finish the homework, and then I can fail at my exam, and it continues until when I get work. But just now, when you have given me an advice, I think to have a preparation is maybe I will have a try on that.
Meditation can help you calm your worry. When your mind becomes calm, your worry will disappear temporarily. But when you don't meditate, your worry can come back because you're still worrying about getting fired.
Yes.
But if you accept the fact that you might be fired, then if you can accept this, then you will not have any worry. You just prepare yourself to be fired.
Yes, Ajahn.
Okay.
Ajahn, I have another question. So, usually like today it is Uposatha day. I'm trying to practice Atasila, but at some situation I can feel a bit hungry at the night, and sometimes I cannot hold the hunger, so I eat a lot. I eat a bit thing. Do you think can I still continue my practice until the next day? Thank you.
Yes, you can continue and practicing, but you have to accept the fact that you're not keeping the the 8th precept, the 6th precept. Yeah.
Yes.
So you can still practice, but you will always be stuck here because instead of practicing, you'll be worrying about eating. And when you eat, you can become lazy and you won't have the energy to do the practice.
Okay. Yeah.
So when you're hungry, just drink some water. Drink a lot of water to fill your stomach. Then your hunger will disappear. Yes. Then you will not be breaking the precept, and it will not make you.
Yeah. I'll try that, Ajahn. Thank you.
Okay. But the best way is to let the hungry alone, leave it alone, and just keep concentrating on your mantra. Keep reciting the mantra or do some chanting. After a few minutes, your mind might forget about being hungry, and you can continue on practicing. This is the best way. Taking water is not good, but if you cannot do otherwise, then at least taking water is better than taking food, because you're not breaking the precept.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Ajahn.
All right. Next, Seteng.
Good evening, Ajahn.
Where are you from?
I'm from Malaysia. Actually, I was known as Elisa Ting, but I'm using another device, so I couldn't change the name. So I just let it remain. Ajahn?
Yes.
I've got a question tonight. I've been trying to meditate, but then my meditation can't be long. Sometimes during my meditation, I feel like something in my mind is like dropping down. I don't know whether this is due to I have fallen asleep or I don't know. I don't know what is that.
Is your mindfulness not strong enough? So you have to build up a lot of mindfulness before you start meditating. So you try to train yourself in mindfulness all the time before you come to meditate. You can train yourself in mindfulness from the time you get up in the morning. By keep reciting the mantra, Bhutto, 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 or keep watching your body movement, your body activity. Don't let your mind think about things that you don't need to think. Then you will have stronger mindfulness when you meditate, and you can sit longer that way. Okay? Does this answer your question?
Yes, Ajahn. Thank you, Ajahn. I try to practice more, and I try to like sit on more on my meditation.
Yeah. When you feel sleepy, you can do chanting instead of watching your breath or reciting the mantra. This will get you to become more mindful also.
Because my meditation can't hold long, because I try to meditate is like after half an hour or more, or 80 minutes or 40 minutes, sorry, not 80 minutes, I will like open up my eyes. I can't persist and sit down longer than that. That's my obstacle at this moment.
Well, you can continue on chanting. So when you cannot meditate, then don't get up yet. Sit, continue sitting, and then do chanting instead of doing meditation.
Okay, Dhanajan. Okay, I'll try this, Dhanajan. Thank you.
Because chanting is also a form of meditation, but not as intense like watching your breath. But you're still meditating. You're still training your mind with mindfulness. So you can then continue on sitting longer.
Okay, thank you, Dhanajan.
Okay. Next, Tan Boon On. Tan Boon On. Can you hear me? Where are you from?
From Penang.
Penang.
And the first time I come in Zoom with Tanajan. Yeah.
Good. Good to see you.
Yeah, Ajahn.
Have any question?
So far is no question. I just listen the experience from the friend here. Yeah.
Okay. Then let me go to Selva. Hi, Selva.
Hi,
Where are you
namaste.
from?
I'm from India, Bandiji.
Is this your first time?
No, I've been once long back.
Okay.
And regarding this practice of jhana, how long we need to practice anapana, and anapana to practice jhana, whether we need to focus on breath and keep practicing, or rising and falling of abdomen.
You just keep doing it until you get into jhana. It's like eating. You just keep eating until you become full, right? When you're not full, you don't stop eating. Right? Same way. But the problem is how long it will take. It depends on your mindfulness. How long can you focus on the breath? And sometimes you can focus on for maybe half a minute, then your mind stray away to something else. Then you have to bring it back again. If it's like this, then it will take a long time. But if you can keep focusing on your breath without any interruption, maybe 5 minutes, you can enter into jhana.
Okay, so like focusing on abdomen, like raising and pausing, sorry, raising and falling.
Yes,
So
of the abdomen.
On that leads to jhana, or breath?
Yes,
focusing.
eventually. Either place will be okay, your stomach or at the tip of the nose. But just keep
Okay.
staying in one place. Don't move it around. If you choose the stomach, stay in the stomach. If you choose the tip of your nose, stay at the tip of your nose. Don't move them around. Because you want to still the mind. You want to make it still. So you don't want to move it around.
Okay. And I'm following your page for almost 1 year. So really your page is very good and a lot of good information you are sharing. Thanks for sharing all the informations.
Okay, I'm happy to hear that.
And do you have suggest any good books to practice this mindfulness or jhanas? Is there any good book on jhana?
Well, really, there isn't much about jhana. It's more about doing it. Jhana is there's not much to discuss really, because all you need is anapanasati. You can search for anapanasati, and there might be books about it. But the more you read, I think the more confusion you'll get. So it's better not to read too much. Because when you read too much, you know too much. When you meditate, you're not focusing on your breath. You keep thinking about what you read.
Okay.
So actually, to meditate for jhana, it's better not to know anything at all except mindfulness.
Okay. So just to focus on the breath here.
Yeah, just stick to your breath and don't be distracted by anything.
Okay, and also like should we focus like when the breath is going in, should we go inside? And when it's coming
you
out,
stay at the same point. You stay in the same point.
So
don't follow the breath. Let the breath goes in, but you stay at the tip of the nose.
So touch of the breath is needed or not needed?
What?
Touch of the breath. Breath touches the skin, right? So we'll be aware of.
Don't adjust anything. Just watch.
Just watch.
Yeah. Let the breath adjust itself.
Okay. So if it is long, it is long. It is short.
Right.
It is short.
Right. Yeah. Leave it alone. It will adjust itself.
Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Next, Wei Sheng Chua. I'm not sure if I pronounce your name right or not. If not, okay, go ahead.
So, want to ask, right? What's the difference between concentration and mindfulness?
Same thing. To be mindful is to concentrate on something, one object at a time.
Let's say like when I was working, so I was putting the focus into thinking and doing, right? So does that classify as mindfulness?
No, you should only focus on one thing. What you do or what you think, not two things at the same time.
But it's like when I'm working, I need to solve the work related problem. So when I need to think, I just think, and then when I need to move, I move. When I need to do something, I do something. Is that called establishing mindfulness?
It is, but not the right kind of mindfulness. The right kind of mindfulness is to be mindful of only one thing at a time. So you have to stop working in order to be able to train yourself with right mindfulness. Like when you don't have to work, like when you get up in the morning, you can focus solely on your body action, right? You get up, you go to the bathroom, you wash your face, you brush your teeth. You just keep watching your body movement, your body activity, without thinking about other things.
Oh, so it's more on watching and observing rather than reacting and doing.
That's right. Rather than thinking or doing, you can do things, but you have to just focus on what you do and not think about other things. If you have to think about what you do, then this is okay also.
Okay. All right. My second question is right. When someone they have practiced meditation for some time, right? So they attain psychic power. So does someone who possess psychic power means that they are higher beings than humans? They reach
No.
higher levels, and those who don't have psychic power, that means they are lower beings.
No. The psychic power is just the special ability. That's all. Like you being able to paint or you being able to compose music. This is just a special ability of the mind. It doesn't mean you're higher or lower. What determines your higher or lower is your practice of the precepts of the charity and the practice of vipassana, bhavana.
Okay. So my third question is like let's say some days I'm like very depressed, and then sometimes I find it difficult to wake up, and then I sleep a lot. I oversleep. So how can I overcome these issues? Like sometimes a lot of things troubles me, and then I try to escape it, and then I just keep sleeping, and then I don't want to wake up. So what are the things that can be done to sleep better?
Well, you have to reduce the amount of involvement you have with people and things. When the more involvement you have, then the more you will be affected by them. That's why monks want to live alone. See, when you live alone, then you don't have much things to influence your behavior, like sleeping.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's all. Thank you.
All right. I think we have asked. Oh, I think Sajal Khan just came in. Sajal, you're the last one person, I think. Any question?
Thank you, Ajahn. I have no questions today. Thank you.
Okay. Then let me go to Facebook then. Is there any question from Facebook?
Yes, we have 6 questions from Facebook, Ajahn. First question from Po Liang Soon. If I cannot concentrate to meditate, can I go to walking meditate, make it mindful, and then sit again?
Yes, when you cannot sit, then you get up and walk and then try to develop more mindfulness until you feel that you can come back and sit. And then you sit again and see how strong your mindfulness is. The stronger your mindfulness, the longer then you will be able to sit and meditate.
Next question from Mahesh Patana. Namo Puttaya. How to practice 16 steps of the Anapanasati meditation? Kindly practice us.
Oh, just do the first step, that's all, and all the other steps will come automatically. Just keep watching the breath at the tip of the nose. And just know the breath comes in and the breath goes out. That's all you have to know. Then all the other steps will come automatically. It's like an automatic transmission.
Next question from Maddie Smith. How to keep calm and not feel the pain of those wanting to commit suicide or suffering in their severe depression?
Repeat again, please.
How to keep calm and not feel the pain of those wanting to commit suicide or suffering in their severe depression.
Just recite a mantra, Bhutto, 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 and don't think about the person. Just leave the person alone, and just say that this is the person's own karma that caused him or her to be like this. And there's nothing you can do anything about it.
Next question from Sunny Lim. Ajahn, I have one question. When I meditate, I feel very calm and have a floating sensation and see myself leaving my body for a short time. And I come back to my breath again. Is that the right thing to do, Ajahn? Thanks so much.
Well, actually what you want to do is to watch your breath until your mind becomes calm. It doesn't have to have this experience of leaving the body or anything like that. As long as the mind stops thinking, being peaceful and happy, this is what you really want. And have equanimity.
Next question from George Ho.ท่านอาจารย์ will there be very bad karma for failing the speed precept on the day taking the 8 precepts?
Well, if you break the precept on any day, it doesn't matter on the day you keep it or not. It's still breaking the precept, just the same. So it's bad karma to break the precepts.
Next question from Liao Ying Meng. Can Suchart please advise how to prevent one from dozing off during meditation when one is calm and relaxed? Thank you.
Well, there's 2 types of calm and relaxed. Calm and relaxed and sleepy, and you fall asleep. Calm and relaxed and wakeful. That means you have mindfulness. So if you fall asleep, it means you don't have mindfulness. So what can you do? You have to train yourself more in mindfulness before you come and meditate. Because when you have lots of mindfulness, when the mind becomes calm and resting, you will not fall asleep. But if you don't have enough mindfulness, then when your mind becomes calm, you usually fall asleep. So you have to train yourself with mindfulness when you get up to the time you go to sleep. Try to train yourself to be mindful of a mantra or mindful of your body action.
Last question from Joshua Jin. Dear Ajahn, is it okay after I meditate in the early morning and then I go back to sleep?
It's up to you. I don't know. If you need more sleep, then you can go back to sleep. If you don't need more sleep, it's better to continue on meditating until it's time for you to go to do something, to get up and go do something. But if you want to go to sleep, no one can stop you from doing that. But if you're sleeping too much, it's only good for the body. It's not good for the mind. Sleeping is good for the body. Meditation is good for the mind. So it's up to you what you want. You want the mind to be better, then you have to continue on meditating. But if you want to maintain your body, then you go to sleep more.
And one more question, ท่านอาจารย์ from V. Gao Lim. Namaskar Ajahn. I have gastric problem. Can I just observe 7 precepts instead of 8 on Upotha day?
Yes, you can observe as many precepts as you want. It's up to you. No one force you or demand that you have to keep this precept. It's mandatory on your part. But if you go and live in a monastery and they have certain rules, then you have to follow those rules. If they ask you to keep the 8 precepts, then you have to keep the 8 precepts. If you cannot, then they will have to ask you to leave. But if you are alone living by yourself, you can keep the 5, the 6, the 7, or the 8 precept, whatever precepts you want to keep.
That's all, ท่านอาจารย์
Okay. Now, second round. Anybody would like to ask any question? Another question? You can raise your hand and unmute your microphone.
Evie.
Ajahn, can you hear me, Ajahn?
Okay.
Ajahn, I want to ask back about the nimitta that my need was released earlier and rejoiced again. Is my sati has declined?
You have so many background noise. Can you speak to the microphone closer to your mouth and speak louder?
Okay. I want to ask back about my nimitta that my need was released and rejoiced again. Is my sati has declined?
I don't know. It's not good to have nimitta. If you have, you should just forget about them. They're like dreams.
And when I feel where is the pride, where is the ego, where is the arrogant, Ajahn said that was contemplation. So when is the best time for contemplation?
When you're not meditating. When you're not meditating, then you can contemplate. Like right now, you can ask yourself any question you want. But the problem is, can you find the answer or not?
Okay. And if I don't have any nimitta, I don't have material to contemplation. So this nimitta is appear by themselves. I don't even think about anything. Isn't that good that at least I have material for my contemplation?
You see, the object of contemplation is your body, feeling, and your states of mind. These are the objects you want to contemplate. Your body and other people's body, like your husband, your father, your mother, your son, and your daughter, your own body. This is the one object you want to keep on contemplating as being anicca, as being anatta, no self in this body, as creating dukkha for the mind. So this is what you want to keep contemplating.
That is I often like I always
You don't contemplate on your nimitta, it's useless. Contemplate on the thing that will cause you dukkha. The body of your son and daughter will cause you dukkha because they are impermanent. So anything happens to them, they can cause you dukkha. But if you contemplate and know that things can happen to them.
Okay, that is my labeling, like I said in last week, yeah, Ajahn. Ajahn say blank is the best, but I have experienced it for once that my own body so many times. As has happened before, my body feels foreign. My mind feels foreign to my own body. They don't know each other. And the mind say, what is this? Why is it so heavy? So I leave it forever wherever I go. This is the body that must be lived until one day when we leave it and I understand for the first time that the mind and the body don't know each other. This is strange, Ajahn.
This is your thinking and your imagination. So you should stop them.
But it appears by
It doesn't give you any wisdom. It doesn't give you any wisdom.
Okay.
When you say you want to get wisdom, you want to see that everything as anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Okay. And my meditation this afternoon is my body become big. My breath is short and long, sometimes short, sometimes long, sometimes short again, sometimes it break off and reconnect again and start nimitta again. Does it mean that if the nimitta appears, it means that I have no longer sati?
Right, you're not concentrating on your meditation object.
Because can say every meditation always nimitta.
You're not concentrating, you're not focusing on your meditation object. So all these things can come up. And then you become distracted by them.
So no have nimitta is the best, ya, Ajahn.
Well, if you have them, you should just ignore them. Don't pay attention to them. Just keep focusing on your meditation object.
Okay. And should we be worried about COVID, Ajahn? Sometimes when about COVID-19, sometimes when I meditate, I have thought about COVID appears and my head hurts like a pinch. I have to start over again. Actually, I have this concern for my parents. I am afraid that they will catch my COVID and it is disturbing my meditation. I think I have to paste the word anatta here so that I can calm down, but it is only a temporary solution until I find an answer that can make me satisfied and calm again. Can Ajahn advise me to be satisfied and calm?
Well, you just have to accept the fact that sickness is part of our life. Everybody will get sick, either by COVID, by cancer, or by whatever disease. That's all. Once you can accept this, then you will not have any worry about them or about yourself. That we all gonna get sick and die one day. Everybody. The difference is when and how. That's all. But how we gonna die? By cancer, by heart attack, or by COVID-19? Who knows? By accident. But this is gonna happen to everybody. If you can accept this fact, then you won't have any worry about anybody.
Yeah, Ajahn, I will try.
Okay. All right. Let other people ask the question. Anybody else?
Leslie.
Leslie.
Ajahn, there's a question from actually Liliani. So he couldn't speak English well, so I have to translate. So she likes to practice meditation. Okay, in Indonesia, there are some people who make the parita into a song, something like a singing or something like that. So she likes to listen to this kind of song before she meditate. Is it a good practice?
Well, if it helps her to focus on her meditation object, then it's okay. Because sometimes when you start meditating, your mind might be restless and might be thinking about other things. By listening to these songs, it can calm your mind and then enable you to come and meditate, then it's okay.
So after listening to this song, she should focus on the breath.
That's right, to meditate. The song is just to prepare her mind to be ready for meditation. They themselves cannot produce the result of meditation.
Okay, the second question is, she actually likes to be not clinging, but she loves the worldly pleasure so much. So what would you suggest, Ajahn? Thank you.
She likes worldly pleasure.
She likes worldly pleasure, but at the same time also like to try the non-worldly pleasure.
Well, she have to think about the time when she cannot access to the worldly pleasure. What will happen if she becomes handicapped, for instance? If she becomes blind or becomes something that make her not able to have sensual pleasure, what will she do then? You have to think about the impermanent nature of the body. It's not always reliable, that you can always depend on to provide you with the sensual pleasure you want. What if you're not able to get what you want? You want to go, like right now, you cannot go on holidays, you cannot go here and there because you have to stay home, for instance. And what happens? When you become stressful staying at home, right? You have dukkha. But if you know how to meditate, then you don't rely on the sensual pleasure to make you happy. then when you have to stay at home, you can still be happy. So you have to see the harm or the damage that will cause you if you like sensual pleasure. Sensual pleasure can give you happiness when you can get it, but when you cannot get it, what will you do? Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Anybody else? Nobody? Okay, Evie again.
Yeah, Ajahn, I have much question like usually, Ajahn. I'm sorry, Ajahn.
Okay.
Ajahn, is nimitta was a kepo in my mind? Kepo is curious.
It's the nature of your mind to keep creating this nimitta.
But it appears I don't know how to
just ignore them, let them come and go.
Is it kepo?
Huh?
Kepo is curious inside this mind.
It's your nature, let's put it that way. It's your nature to have nimitta.
So I don't have to worry about it?
No, you shouldn't worry about it. Let them come and go as long as you don't pay any attention to them.
Is contemplation, is vipassana, is the same?
Yes, contemplation, it depends on what you contemplate. If you contemplate on anicca, dukkha, anatta, then it is vipassana. If you contemplate on getting rich, this is avisha.
No, I don't contemplate that.
Or contemplating or worry about your mother, your father, your husband. This is avisha also.
Avijja, okay. Yeah. And doesn't vipassana occur inside meditation and not outside meditation? Because Ajahn said we contemplation when we out from meditation. But as I know, the vipassana is only happen inside meditation.
No, inside. The word inside means not inside. Inside means to see things clearly as they are. It means inside. It doesn't mean inside or outside. It's a different word.
During meditation, we contemplate is vipassana.
When you meditate, you don't want to contemplate. You want to stop contemplating. You want to stop your mind from thinking. You want to enter into jhana. That's why you meditate. Anapanasati.
So we contemplate when we walking, when we do anything when we doesn't in meditation.
Even if you're sitting, if you want to contemplate, you can contemplate, but you have to realize that you will not get jhana from that. When you contemplate, you're not going to get jhana. You get understanding, get right understanding. That everything is impermanent, that everything is anatta, that is everything is causing you dukkha.
Oh, that is always in my mind, Ajahn.
Okay.
Always.
Okay.
Oh, so that is can call is vipassana?
Yes. If you can see them as anicca, dukkha, anatta, then you will have to let go of them.
I always see that. I always
labeling.
labeling.
The labeling is not good enough. You have to let go. You should not be affected by them, whatever happens to them.
Like ignore everything, Ajahn.
Not ignore, letting go. Like your mother, if she's gonna catch COVID-19, let it happen. Don't worry about it. Yeah, what can you do? It's anatta, right?
Yeah, but I can be said.
See, labeling is not understanding. You have to understand. Labeling is just a word. You have to understand the word. What does it mean?
But people will say that I am the disobedient child.
Forget about them. You don't contemplate to please other people. You contemplate to please yourself.
Yeah. Okay, Ajahn. So
Right.
Vipassana is contemplating is the same, yeah, Ajahn.
Anicca dukkha anatta on your body and on other people's body, or on your possession, your house, your money, everything. It's anicca dukkha anatta.
So when we chop my body, I chop my body, chop my hand, my leg, and throw in my my front. That is Vipassana.
It is because your body will eventually will become a corpse.
Yeah, I chop my head and throw it in my front, chop my hand, my leg, my stomach. Everything throw in my front. That is called contemplation.
Yes, it's preparing your mind for the eventuality that the body will one day have to become a corpse. And when
But I do this when I meditation, not sitting at this. I do that chop. Is in my meditation.
then you're not meditating, you're not getting jhana, you're just getting vipassana. You're getting insight that the body is gonna be a corpse.
And I even see the flies flying, the fly, and the maggot eating my flesh.
And then you should not be afraid when you have a bad face. If you have a scar on your face right now,
yeah,
because you know your body is gonna be worse when it dies.
And this make me I see my body, everybody body like just
yeah. You want to be able to see the worst of the body and not be affected by it. Okay.
And that is okay. That is right, correct method.
Yes, because the worst will come to the body eventually, sooner or later.
Yeah.
Not only your body, the body of your sons, your daughter, your mother, your father, your husband, your friends, everybody.
Yeah, sometimes I see people, I like to imagine that is the school, only the school inside the body.
Then you won't have to worry about it, right?
Yes, Ajahn.
Okay.
Okay, Ajahn.
All right. Anybody else?
We got a new coming, ST.
ST, okay. You wanna ask any question, ST?
Oh, hi, no. Sorry, I'm late. Just glad I'm joined last minute. Thanks. Good
No
night.
question, no question. Huh?
Good night, yes.
Yeah, we're almost about to end the meeting now because everybody has a chance to ask their question. And now is the second chance. So this is your second chance to ask the question if you have any. If not, I will have to say goodbye to all of you, close this meeting, and see you again next Tuesday night. Okay? All right, no objection. So I have to say goodbye. Thank you for your participation. I hope always that you have learned something new or something of benefit to you that will help you advance in your practice. So keep on practicing because this is the one that will get you to where you want to go, which is deliverance from suffering to Nibbana. All right, see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, thank you, Ajahn. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Wat Yannasangwararam.